When was the last time we beat them at home?
At home. Well, if we're going to do that, I'd say, just off the top of my head, it's going to be off the top of my head, probably
too late.
Here we go. It's the Pompey podcast with Mike and Dan. Good evening, Dan.
Hey.
And although we sound jubilant, it's a sad day on the south coast because Pompey, after 238 days, have tasted their first defeat in 90 minutes since Sheffield Wednesday defeated us back in March. We are out of the FA Cup at the first hurdle, 1-0 to Chesterfield. We will review that game in the next 30 minutes or so. We'll also look ahead to the Charlton game at the weekend. And we'll have a couple of play Pompey cards right, just for a little bit of fun to lighten the mood. Dan, you were out busy managing an under-15s team somewhere 16. In Portsmouth. Under-16s team, apologies. Somewhere top of the league, somewhere in Portsmouth today. So you didn't see the majority of the game, but I imagine you've caught up with it since, have you not?
No, I saw because I was at football at the time, but I saw the lineup, and that was my first. My first thought was, we've gone pretty much full strength. Then I did find that quite surprising. I thought
same team as Reading, which I thought was.
What were your thoughts on that? Yeah, because I just thought surely this is the sort of. I mean, obviously we lost, so it was a good job that we didn't maybe have fringe players in there. But what did you think?
Well, I don't know. In hindsight, maybe fringe players may have made a better fist of it. But I don't want to be too negative on Pompey, to be fair, because they were. A lot of people say, well, we should be too negative because they were woeful today. But and we'll talk more about that in a while. But.
Something's just tickled me. Well, I was going to point out Paddy Lane's arse for a start, but then I've just realised that it looks like Sadie's wanking off Robertson.
Yes, nice.
Yeah,
and it looks like Bishop saying me next.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't unsee that now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's right. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so we were woeful. As I said last week, I thought we should have made, or we were likely to make 4 or 5 changes. I suppose you've got to go in with strike. We've got obviously a Mickey Mouse Cup, Papa John's, or whatever it's called, in midweek, so maybe he's going to play a weekend side then. But I would maybe have gone with I would have played Yengi, I think. I probably would have started with Yengi, give him some minutes. You can understand why Andrew and Devlin were going to get some minutes, so that's fair enough. I probably would have played Stevenson as well, maybe, personally. And like I say, in hindsight, maybe that would have been a good thing because we're a couple of players down for injury now. And actually, it's been quite a costly defeat, hasn't it, in many ways? Not so much in the fact that we're out of the FA Cup because, like you said last week, does it really matter? We're never going to win that trophy. It would have been nice to get to the third round and play a big team, maybe have a little bit of a run. But obviously, promotion is the goal this season. So what happened?
Paul, then?
Well, here's the thing. As you know, I love the ITV commentary team. Lee Dixon was the one who was chosen to do the co-commentary, and I love a bit of Lee. Lee Dixon and his obvious Mr. Stating the Obvious. Now, Paul basically say what you see. Well, this is the thing. On this, he kind of didn't really say what he saw because Paul went for the ball with Grigg, and yes, Grigg was stronger. Kind of knocked Paul off the ball with a bit of a heavy shoulder, which was fine. Paul then landed awkwardly, and you could see. Well, and then Grigg kind of messed up from there because he was clean through and kind of didn't score. But you could see instantly that Paul wasn't feigning an injury. He wasn't just going down as if he was trying to say that he'd been fouled. He landed awkwardly. He kind of like went up and he was kind of holding his knee. So you thought, well, he's clearly not saying that he's been kicked in the knee because there's nowhere near. It's more of a shoulder to shoulder. Stayed down for a while. Lee Dixon carried on going, well, it clearly wasn't a foul there. I don't know what this is all about. And it's like, it's not about the foul. There was no one said it's a foul. Yeah. Anyway, so we don't know what the extent of that is, but I think probably like at best a twisted knee, at worst possibly, hopefully not some ligament damage in his knee, because that would be massive.
Well, I did hear from an unreliable source that Mousinho said after the game that he's likely to be back for next week. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So fairly minor.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Well, to be fair, actually, he was also appeared back on the bench later in the game. So if it was serious, he probably would have gone straight to hospital.
Okay, yeah.
So that's not so bad.
Hopefully he's all right.
Andrew, later in the game, clearly pulled a hamstring, kind of just suddenly pulled up, no one around him. So he'll be out a minimum kind of 3 or 4 weeks, I would have thought.
And what about Sadie? Did he put anyone off?
Not that I'm aware. Not that I'm aware.
What? So any sort of any chances? Any
highlights?
Any highlights? I mean, I saw that White came on again. That was always a bonus.
White came. Yeah. Well, he came on.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That was his highlight. Yeah. That was his highlight. I'll tell you how it started down. Within the first 20, 30 seconds, Will Norris came out to just kick a harmless ball forward, hit it against the back of Will Grigg, and it could have quite easily gone over his head and into the goal, but it kind of just went across towards the left-back position. For some reason, Norris decided to chase that, and he was then in a race with Grigg to the ball.
Yeah.
And then just did some sort of bizarre slide and put it into touch. Yeah, we were kind of poor. Chesterfield started strongly. I thought we kind of grew into the game, but then they scored just as we were starting to get a foothold in the game. Decent ball. Again, Norris all over the place. Cross had no right coming for the cross, really. It was kind of around the penalty spot. Naylor obviously got in before him. But if you look at it on the replay, he's kind of nowhere near it. I don't know if he's just lost the flight of the ball or what, but he's just flapping. But it is what it is. He had a nervy start, I'd say.
Yeah, and this was after Paul went off on it, but
this was after Paul went off. Yeah,
you'd still expect. So did Raggett come on?
Raggett came on.
So
Raggett did all right.
Yeah, but you'd expect Raggett and Shaughnessy to be. So I mean, if this ball's gone, what, 6-yard area, penalty?
6-yard area, yeah, and
they should.
I don't know who was with Naylor, to be fair, but whoever he was with, he's completely unmarked by the time he got the header.
Yeah.
And a good header past keeper. But Chesterfield were the better team. We had one kind of half decent chance through Bishop in the first half, a kind of fairly tame header, goalkeeper fairly comfortable save. Lane had one cheeky shot at the near post, which again, comfortable save. Second half didn't create anything.
No, I saw the last 10-15, and that was
didn't look like anything, did we? Didn't look like creating anything. And I just thought it was disappointing all the way around. I'd say the only person who still had a decent game was Morel. I thought he was quality again. And if everybody else had played at his level, we probably would have been okay. But it just didn't get the ball wide. When we were getting the ball wide, we weren't getting in the box early enough. One of those days, really. Just about
cause for concern, or just like you said, one of those days.
Just an off day, I think. I think it's just an off day. I think it's we had several players who were out. So it was Rafferty had a nightmare of first half, got booked. Probably was right to be replaced at half time. White came on for. Who did White come on for? He came on for Andrew, yeah, of course. And I just don't know what's happening with White. It's all, even simple passes just don't go where they seem to.
I did see him kick it out of play. Yeah, I did see him kick it out of play.
Was that the one with Lane?
Past the lane, yeah, because it was a 2-yard ball, wasn't it? So.
Yeah. So that was just that was how his day went. Kamara similarly kind of had a couple of opportunities where he could have played some nice little balls in and just picked the wrong pass. So just for whatever reason couldn't get into our rhythm today. And Chesterfield played well, to be fair. I thought they were quite aggressive in the midfield. Didn't give us a lot of space. Closed down the back four.
Yeah.
Quite effectively. They were the better team. Simple as that. They didn't create that much, but they were the better team.
Yeah. I mean, they looked at it from what I saw the last 10-15. There was no pressure from us, was there? So
one of the things we've been saying all season is that we look as if, even when we've been 1-0 down, we look as if we're going to get back into it. I'd say today is the first time we didn't even look like creating a chance that could trouble their keeper.
What did you think of the? Because I've seen a few people sort of complaining about this. The corner we had at the end where Norris came up for it and then we played it short. I mean, I didn't have a major problem with it because the short was on. But I just saw a lot of people complaining that we didn't get the ball into the box I mean, when we did play the short ball, it should have been a better ball into the box after that. But,
the quality of the balls into the box wasn't great. I don't understand why Sparks went off. I don't know if he was carrying an injury or he just wanted to change the shape.
People say that, yeah.
But I thought Sparks, even though he wasn't as effective, I thought he still was getting the ball in as and when he could. There just wasn't enough bodies in the box, I think. I don't think Devlin played particularly well. Maybe he should have been pulled off for Sadie at half-time. Or by Sadie at half-time. One or the other. But yeah, he didn't have a particularly great game. So it is what it is. At least they're having it in the cup and not in the league.
And we've missed out on a tie against. Did you see who Chesterfield got?
Yeah, Lincoln at home, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big game.
Lincoln,
big game.
Leyton Orient? Lincoln?
Oh, it's late. It is Leyton Orient. You're right. Yeah, it's Leyton Orient. Sorry, I never began with an L. And never mind. On we go.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. Next up, Charlton.
Yeah. Now, well, they've poo-pooed. They didn't do very well today either, did they? Did you see their result?
What, Cray Valley Paper Mills?
Yeah.
Cray Valley Paper Mills.
I watched I watched a lot of the second half actually.
Okay.
And Cray Valley Paper Mills were all right.
Were they?
Yeah, I thought they were the better team in the second half, but yeah. I mean, I didn't see the first half, but
fair dues.
Yeah. So I mean, on that, looking at next week, then I don't know how strong Charlton's first team was today.
No, you wouldn't have thought they'd play a strong first team, but even so, you'd expect their second team to be they're 8th tier, aren't they? Cray Valley Paper Mills.
Yeah.
CVPM. And I suppose that also adds an extra game for Charlton. I don't know when that would be played. Obviously, it would be after next week, I guess. Charlton are our bogey team, aren't they?
Yes. You got the stats there? Because I've got the stats. If you want the stats.
Yeah, go on. You go stats. I've talked a lot about the game.
When was the last time we beat them at home?
Oh, at home? Well, if we're going to do that, I'd say, just off the top of my head, it's going to be, off the top of my head, probably.
Too late.
October 1996?
April 2005 in the Premier League.
Yes, that's the one. I missed that one in my list. Yeah, no, when? April? Oh, yeah, 2-1. What? 2005, April 4-2 is what you meant, isn't it? Oh, where are you gone?
Oh, wow.
What happened there? You disappeared. I thought you'd gone.
My thing just went off.
Oh, yeah. So,
4-2. And then have you seen the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 results at home?
Not good, are they?
0-1, 0-1, 1-2, 0-2, 1-2, 1-3.
This is a different Pompey now, though, isn't it? Different Pompey.
It is. And I think we said the other day, didn't we? If we get a result against Charlton, maybe the corner has been turned.
Yeah. What do you think? Looking at Charlton at the moment, obviously they were one of the a lot of people were talking about them going up this year, weren't they? At the beginning of the season, they've already sacked their manager after about 5 games. Do you know who their new manager is?
Yes, Mike Clapperton.
Mike Clapperton.
Mike Clapperton.
Mike Clapperton. Yeah. Another ex-Pompey connection there. They're doing all right. Alfie May seems to be scoring a lot of goals for them. However,
Alfie May. What grown man is called Alfie? Come on.
Quite a few will be in about 15, 20 years.
Well, yeah. But you change it to Alf, don't you, or something, or Alfred, when you're sort of past 25.
So last 6, they've won 3, lost 2, drawn 1. They've lost 2 out of the last 3 in the league, and obviously drew today against Clay Valley Paper Mills.
Slough, yeah, Paper Mills.
Yeah.
Or is it called Wernham Hog?
Wernham Hog.
Yeah.
Wernham Hog, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I'd be happy with a draw, to be honest. Only because of our horrendous record against them, and I just think after today's performance as well.
I think the one good thing about the fact that we played a fairly strong team is that I think it means that we can't even use the excuse that we had a weakened side. So therefore, I think we'll see you be kicking their arse this week and just saying, look, that was unacceptable. Let's not happen. Let's not do that again. And I think because of that, I think we'll win. I think we'll get back to winning ways. Because I think we are all about the league. But it'll be tight. I do think it'll be tight. I've also seen loads and loads of Charlton fans.
Yeah.
Seen loads of Charlton fans just saying about how we always win down at Pompey. And there's one who was saying about it's just Thicky McThickerson. He can't get a ticket for Pompey because they're only giving us 1,600 and they're not giving us any more. Yeah, because we're redeveloping that end of the ground, mate. And even after that had been explained to me, and because you're a tin pot club. So what are you talking about? No, we're redeveloping the ground. That's why we can't give you any more tickets.
Yeah. Well, Charlton's ground is lovely, isn't it?
So. Yeah, and it was certainly full when we went there last year. Yeah. A lot of them turned out. I think there's more Pompey fans than Charlton fans, wasn't there?
Yeah, good night that was.
Good
night that was.
Good night with Frankie Boyle.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to go for a win. You're going to go draw. Okay, fair.
Well, I'm saying I'll be happy with the draw.
That's
what I'm saying.
Well, okay. Well, no matter what happens at Oxford, a draw would keep us top of the league. So,
Let me change that. I won't be happy with the draw.
Okay.
I'll be content. That's the word.
Content.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we've got a sponsor this week because of our popularity has increased exponentially. We have been contacted by a fizzy
Lally's Pharmacy.
Oh. Not Lally's Pharmacy.
Oh, okay.
No. A fizzy drinks manufacturer. Now, what do you think when you're thinking carbonated drinks with a sweet yet peppery flavour? What are you thinking? Dan? What are you thinking?
Sweet and peppery. It sounds awful. Something like Dr. Pepper, then. Or
Dr. Pepper? How about Professor Peppy?
Oh, Professor Peppy.
Oh, Professor Peppy is the drink that I like to drink.
How much sugar's that got in it then?
Professor Peppy?
Yeah.
It's got no sugar whatsoever, Dan.
No way.
Zero.
Wow. Yeah.
0 sugar, Professor Peppy. So if you're ever in Audi, thank you, Audi Stores UK. That's our this week's sponsor, Professor Peppy. Right, it refreshes and gives you a nice yes,
the runs.
So if you'd like to sponsor us next week, please let us know.
What are they sponsoring us? What is the do we get to...
you'll get a can. You'll get a can as well.
Oh, terrific.
yours in the post.
Have you got any with some sugar in it? No, please.
No, it's only 0 sugar. They only do one variety. Professor Peppy.
Lovely.
There you go.
I've always wanted to suck on a little bit of Professor Peppy. Drink a bit of Professor Peppy.
So that's this week's sponsor. So 2-1 next. 2-1. What am I talking about? Charlton. I'm going to go for 2-1. You're going to go for a draw. Let's do a bit of play your Pompey cards, right? Shall we? Let's move on. Forget about the game today. It doesn't matter. It's FA Cup. It doesn't matter. We're going to be in the Championship next year.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, just before we go to play your Pompey cards, right? I'm going to give a shout out to several people who commented on our score prediction today on Facebook. Unfortunately, all of you got the score wrong because you all predicted a Portsmouth win. Some of you went a very heavy Pompey win, but unfortunately, obviously, we now know how that happened. But Phil Hall, Gareth Matthews, Malcolm Johnson, Terry Tongs, and Sue.
Don't laugh, people. You can't laugh at their names. These are people that have commented.
I was thinking of Terry Tibbs. Remember Terry Tibbs from was it Phone Jacker? But anyway, sorry, Terry. I don't mean to laugh. But he went 4-0 Pompey. And Sue Frith was the closest. She went 3-2. He got that tongue. Terry got it tongue. So thanks for commenting. If you'd also like us to take the piss out of your name, why not comment on our Facebook page? Right. Let's do it. Play Pompey cards, right? A lot of it to do this week. I'll go first. I've got a good one for you.
Yeah.
So the way Play Your Pompey Cards Right works, if you're not familiar with the format, it's based on a game show from the 1980s. Was it 70s? No, it's just 80s, isn't it? Just 80s. And basically, you've got to go from one side of the board to the other by going higher or lower. And you get, on my one, I don't know about Dan's, but on mine, you get an option to change your starting card. Your starting card, Dan. Actually, let me explain the game. This is Portsmouth appearances.
Oh,
according to Wikipedia. Have you got the same thing?
Yeah. But go on.
Okay, let's.
You clearly did exactly the same thing as me, but don't worry, because mine's a more it's a what's the word? A shoot off, a branch off, something.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well, let's go with this. So, as an offshoot, of Portsmouth appearances,
not a shoot off. Yeah, but carry on. Yeah, I should have.
So, your starting card, as always, with me is David Benjamin James. Portsmouth appearances. Do you want to stick with David Benjamin James, or would you like to change your starting card?
Are you going to tell me how many appearances he's got?
134, 134. No goals.
Yeah, I'll stick with JMO, please.
Okay.
What was that?
Your next card. No goals. No goals.
Oh, no goals. Yeah.
No goals.
Made yourself laugh at that one, did you?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be better than
that. Next up, current Bournemouth manager Gary O'Neill. Did Gary O'Neill make more than 134 appearances for Portsmouth, according to Wikipedia?
No, that's tricky because he was there a long time.
He was 7 years.
But then it's a keeper, isn't it? And a keeper always has more appearances. I'm going to go slightly lower.
Slightly lower?
Yeah.
134, David James. 174, Gary O'Neill.
Stop trying to be clever and just go for the correct answer.
All right. 16 goals. Okay, so do you want to stick with Gary O'Neill or do you want to swap it?
Yeah.
Okay, Gary O'Neill, 174. Next up is, it's a tricky one, Matt Taylor. Matt Taylor.
No, lower.
174. Matt Taylor, 178. You're wrong to go lower. You're 0 for 2 so far, Dan. Okay, 178, Matt Taylor. Next up is Ronan Curtis.
So
2018 to 2023. Ronan Curtis. 178 was Matt Taylor.
178. No, that's a hell of a. And what did you say Curtis's was?
2018 to 2023.
No, you can't have more than 178 appearances, Mike. Don't be stupid. Lower. Don't be so stupid.
178, Matt Taylor.
Yeah.
187.
No, he hasn't, bollocks.
Okay, final one. Do you want to switch your card or do you want to stick with Ronan Curtis? Okay. Ronan Curtis, 187. Your final Pompey card is Richard Hughes, Scottish international.
Yeah.
Scottish international Richard Hughes, who played for Portsmouth 2002 to 2011.
No, definitely not more than 187. If it is, no. Just if it is, no. All right, it's not. It's not. He didn't do what he didn't.
But you know what's quite interesting? Richard Hughes apparently played exactly the same amount of games for Pompey as he did for Bournemouth, which is
62.
So 187 for Ronan Curtis. Richard Hughes. He said Richard Curtis then. 1-3-1.
Oh.
You got 1 out of 5. Good round, Dan. Good round.
You're only as good as your last point.
If you were to swap at any stage, your swap card would have been Linvoy Primus.
Oh, yeah. I can tell you how many he had.
Go on.
193.
Oh, very close. 198.
Oh, close.
Very good.
Oh,
very
just
good.
two off. They should bring it back. just to get you 200th.
They should be.
Right.
They should be.
I've got one for you.
All
this is Pompey appearances, but what would you say has been our best season in the last 25 years?
Oh, 07-08?
07-08. No, I've picked the 1999-2000 season. Okay, and I'm going to give you a player name and tell you how many league appearances they made that season, and then I'm going to give you
all right.
You're going to say hello. I haven't got a swappy cardy or anything like that.
Okay, all right.
And this is courtesy of soccerbase.com.
Okay, right.
Okay, so your first player is
for
Sammy
all your
Igo.
Soccer information. Yeah, all your
Sammy Igo.
Yep, Sammy Igo.
Do you know how many appearances he made in the league that season?
League appearances only. 21.
14.
Oh, okay.
Just double check.
I knew it was a multiple of 7.
14.
I knew it was a multiple of 7. I just wasn't sure if it was
14. Oh, yeah.
14. 14 league appearances.
Okay. And your next player is Russell Holt. Russell Holt, goalkeeper. How many appearances did he make that season? Russell Holt. Certainly, I go ahead. 14.
Trying to think who else we had as keeper that era.
Well, who else did we have as keeper that year?
I'm thinking.
I'll tell you after you've selected higher or lower.
I think it would have been either Ashdown or Flahaven. Anyway, I'm going to say lower.
Lower is incorrect. He got 18 appearances.
Wow. Okay.
He got 18. He got 18 caps that season for Pompey. I can tell you that I don't know. We had 18 for Russell Holt, and then there's some good names here. You should have a look at this season. There's some hilarious name blasts from the past. Russell Holt. Alan Knight made 1 appearance.
Okay.
Andy Petterson with 17.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Tardif didn't make any appearances. Aaron Flahaven, RIP, 10 appearances. And that was it. So, just clearly didn't have a...
Indecisive over the goalkeeper options. Okay.
Right, so Russell Holt, 18.
Yep.
Is an easy one for you. Can only go one way, this. Fitzroy Simpson. How many appearances did he make?
He's got to have made more, isn't he? Fitzroy's got to have made more. It's higher. It's higher for Fitz.
You are wrong to go higher. 17 appearances for Fitzroy Simpson.
Oh, come on.
It's going really well. So Fitzroy Simpson made 17. Tolly's favourite player.
Sean Derry?
Michael Panopoulos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Michael Panopoulos, yeah.
How many appearances did he make that season in the league?
Michael Panopoulos, he made a lot, didn't he? He played quite
definitely.
regularly.
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah. Loads, mate. Yeah.
In that
was his best season. That was his best season.
Isn't that the season he got sent off in the cup? Is that our? It's my face.
I don't know whether that's that season or not.
Sent off against Sunderland away. No.
So all he's got to do is have more than 17 appearances. That's all he's got to do.
He didn't. No, lower.
Come on, what are you going for? I'm going
higher. I'm going higher.
Higher.
Yeah.
You are correct to go higher. He had 18.
I knew that.
So it was only by 1. So if he had 18 appearances,
18.
Jason Crowe must have had higher or lower.
For sure higher. Jason Crowe.
For sure higher.
Regular right back that season. Yeah. Probably.
Definitely that season. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. 20. It's all hazy now, isn't it? It's 24 years ago. Yeah, go on. Higher.
Yeah, you are correct to go higher. 21 appearances. And so the last one for 3 out of 5. Jason Crowe had 21 appearances. How many did Lee Bradbury have in that season? The 1999-2000 season, just to remind you. More. He had...
No, go on. I'm going higher.
He had 35. I gave you some easy ones at the end with no
good old Bradders
tricks. Good old Bradders, yeah. In fact, I think he was our top. Oh no, Adrian Whitbread was our top appearance maker that season, along with Steve Claridge and Lee Bradbury.
Nice.
Jeff Perron made 9 appearances. Oh, we're still on that, are we? Stefani Miglioranzi, he made 12.
Who was our top scorer that season? Was it Claridge?
Who was our top goal scorer? Was Claridge with 14. Yeah, Bradbury only got 10 in 35. Come on, mate, pull your finger out.
Come on, brothers, be playing that. Okay, well, another good quiz, another good demonstration of our knowledge of Portsmouth Football Club, and that's why you tune into the Pompey podcast all this wealth of knowledge. So we will be back next week. We do have who we got in the who are we playing? Is it Leighton Orient who are playing in the Papa John's?
It's Leighton Orient.
It is Leighton Orient. Yeah, I thought it was.
Oh, so queer! How queer!
Leighton
You
Orient.
mentioned them earlier.
And then Charlton. Then obviously we have a week off. So
yeah, that was the big game as well, wasn't it?
It was the big one. Wonder when that will be rescheduled for. I'm sure some people out there will already know which Tuesday nights we have free and would have already penciled that in. But anyway, that is all from us. If you want to get in contact with us, it is at Pompey Pod on YouTube, Twitter /X or Facebook. Do follow us. Do get involved. Do put a little comment in. We might mention your name and we might even take the mickey out of it. And don't forget, Professor Peppy. Oh, there it is. There it is. Got to put it in front of your face. Professor Peppy. Get yours from Audi stores nationwide. Cheers, Dan.
Thanks.
See you later.
Bye.